joints, wherever you watching the show from. Welcome to Kevin's Corner, where I try to make some sense out of nonsense. And it's Friday night, y'all. I got to do my Friday night mic check. That's right, on Friday night, got to check the mic. All right, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Check one. Is this thing on? 1, 2, 1, 2. Do I need to turn it up? I need some feedback, y'all. Check one. Is my mic working? Thinking of a master plan. There ain't nothing but sweat inside my hand, so I dig into my pocket. All my money is spent, so I dig deeper, but still coming up with length. So I start my mission, leave my residence, thinking how can I get some dead presidents? I need money. I used to be a stick-up kid, so I think of all the devious things I did. I used to roll up, this is a hold-up. Ain't nothing funny, stop smiling, cause still don't nothing move but the money. But now I learn to earn cause I'm righteous. I feel great, so maybe I might just search for a 9 to 5. If I strive, then maybe I'll stay alive. So I walk up the street, whistling this, feeling out of place, cause man do I miss a pen and a paper, a stereo, a tape, but me and Eric being a nice dictator, fish, which is my favorite dish, but without no money it's still a wish, cause I don't like to dream about getting paid, so I dig into the books of the rhymes that I made, and now the test to see if I got cool, hit the studio, cause I'm paid in full. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear? Is my mic working? I need to know, is my mic working? Okay, so apparently my mic is working because y'all was jamming to a little bit of old school Airbnb rock Kim when rap was real, man. Came out talking about something. I ain't no joke. I used to let the mic smoke. Now I slam it when I'm done and make sure it's broke. When I'm gone, the one gets on because I won't let nobody press up or mess up the scene I set. I like to stand in the crowd and watching people wonder, dang, and think about it, then you understand. I'm just an addict, addicted to music. Maybe it's a habit. I gotta use it. Woo-wee. Good old days, man. Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about now. Bunch of garbage, that's what it is. Can't even dance to that mess. Anyway, so apparently y'all can't hear me. The mic is working. I use my mic check as an excuse to just go ahead and, pursue my never pursued rap career. I got to live vicariously through Kevin's Corner. That's what I got to do. So welcome to the night. It's Friday night. We might as well have a little fun. We got some stuff to talk about. As you saw my JPEG, there's a woman out there on the internet, man. She's not happy with the Biden administration. I mean, go figure. I mean, I can't believe who would not be ecstatic about the Biden administration as much as they've done for us. So before we get into that, though, you know what I got to do. I got to go ahead and get loose myself. I could rap and everything, but it don't really help me out when it comes down to my stretching. Real gorilla. Real gorilla. Real gorilla. Just some kings in the building. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Yeah, man. So now, if this is your first time to the show, please hit that like button, share my videos, follow me on all the other social media platforms, Twitter, Instagrams, you know it, Facebook, all of that. And also, if you would be so kind and you want some of Kevin's Corner merch, I got Kevin's Corner store. You can go ahead and visit that, see all the stuff that we have in Kevin's Corner store. I'm sure you'll find something to your liking. And that number you see on the screen, 330-974-4607. You text MAGA to that number. I'll lock you in just in case something happened to me. And, at least I'll be able to let y'all know where I'm at, what I'm up to. I'll be like, all right, I'm hiding out. They're after me. Apparently, I didn't realize I was a white nationalist, so I'm on the run. So anyway, that's for those purposes. And just to keep you informed on what's going on, just in case I upload a bomb video. I did upload one last night. If you didn't see it, I'm going through the Agenda 47 that everybody's saying. Donald Trump, he's saying it right here in Agenda 47. He's saying everything he's going to do when he becomes a dictator. And I'm going, did anybody hear it from the horse's mouth? So I've been systematically trying to go through his agenda to really paint a clear understanding of what his agenda is for Agenda 47 versus getting it from the media. Because if you listen to them, of course, he's about to throw everybody in gulags. And finally, to offset any of my nonsensical suppression of videos, demonetization, unsubscribing people, you name it. You name it. It's been done to me. Maybe even possible suspension, hurting my advertisement possibilities, all of that garbage that comes with the territory when you are, on a very progressive liberal platform. You got to deal with those things. So to help work around that, if you want to support the channel in other ways, do a monthly fundraiser. The link is below this video. All you got to do is click on it and help out however you want. Now, with no further ado, before we get into the mysterious lady who has a problem with the Biden administration, I want to go ahead and touch base on something else, y'all. Oh, man. Because, see, we've been hearing that the left is mostly peaceful. That's right. We've been hearing that when you see these angry young folks out here doing stuff and protesting, this for liberty, is for justice and power to the people and all of that stuff. And they're always mostly peaceful protests and things like that. But we all know that's a lie. Anybody who observes the left, you'll find that there's a plethora of video footage out there to show just how radical these folks are, how radical they protest. I mean, they think that their form and method of protest is going to somehow compel folks to say, well, you know what? They got a point. They got a point. Yes, even though they're dragging me out of my car, beating me in my head, I'm willing to listen to their plight. That's what I'm willing to do. Even though they got me stuck in traffic and I have to be at work. Gonna be late, might get fired, but I'm willing to roll down the window and say, now what's going on here? What? The oppression of the people in Palestine? Wow, I didn't know that was going on. Let me get out my car and join you. Do you have a little sign for me to walk around? Free Palestine. As I'm getting fired from mine. Okay, but nope. Here we go. These folks out here thinking they doing stuff, y'all. So let's go ahead and observe a protest for nothing. Out in liberal cities, though. Liberal cities.
Protesters have blocked the I-5 highway in Seattle. Check it out.
Seattle, baby.
The SPD is on the megaphone telling the protesters they're going to get arrested if they don't move.
Oh, they're bluffing, you mean? That's what you're saying? Yeah, because that's exactly what's going on. If it's in a liberal city like Seattle, those cops are just bluffing. You already know that. You bet. Hey, look. Don't look that way, mister. You see this billy club? Don't make me use it. Because the mayor, the governor, whoever, is probably like, don't you touch them. Don't you touch our radicals that we've bred to be this way. We might need them later on after Donald Trump wins to go ahead out there and start attacking MAGA folks. So don't hurt them. So here's this guy right here. He think they doing stuff, y'all.
I'm here live, so I'll be posting updates as the day goes on. Free Palestine.
Look at that. Wonderful method of protesting. Wow, go figure. So let me understand. They pick a freeway to get out in the front of all of these cars. I see a ambulance right there. And I see a whole bunch of dummies standing in the middle of the freeway. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm glad I live in Ohio. I don't think, unless we continue to go down the liberal rabbit hole, I don't think something like this would be tolerated in Ohio. But these are the type of things that keep me out of SO-ran shite cities like Seattle. See, because if I go there, I'm going there for a reason. And I can't afford to be held up by knuckleheads like this out in the middle of the street. So here we go. Wow. Yeah. There you go. The message is being sent that we're dummies and we're protesting for nothing. That's what the message is. Because, see, these are regular people who can't do anything about free Palestine. Ceasefire now. This is what I mean by protest for nothing. You're not accomplishing anything, but this is liberal logic. See, this is the mind of the radical that has been built by the radical leadership on the left. See, they've prepped these people to think this is an acceptable way of protesting. But really, they're throwing them out there to be sacrificed, because when it's for a cause that the left want to push See, right now, they don't want these people out here talking about some free Palestine. Because, see, now they done created monsters and they show up at Democrat rallies and Democrat speeches. But anything besides something that they don't agree with, yeah, they're like, yeah, if we agree with it, we want y'all to show up and do the most radical, insane type protests because we know it's not going to work. But what will work is one of you might get the double tap by one of these cars. That's what might work. Foop, foop. Both tires. There you go. You know whatever you hit is done when you hit a double tap. Foop, foop. Both wheels. See, and when that happened, your idiotic sacrifice would then be exploited. Look at these radicals. Even if it's done by a black man, a white man, somehow they'll make that person be tied to the radical right. Here we are, peaceful protesters blocking traffic. This person has someone in their car that unfortunately is suffering from a heart attack that they're rushing to the emergency. And they decided to take this person's heart attack as a priority over these peaceful protesters and gave one of them the double tap. This is just to show that white nationalism is on the rise. And wait, the man was black with his grandmother? Okay. Was he all the way black? Well, how much black was he? I thought, okay, now 98% black? Well, let's just focus on the 2%. All right, this white man who's mostly black just ran over. See, that's what they would do. But these folks don't realize that. See, now all of a sudden, they're over here protesting for something that the radical left cares nothing about right about now. So they're not moving the needle when it comes down to the government. And they're also not moving the needle when it comes down to the support of these innocent folks just trying to go about their own lives. But this is the mentality of the left. Look at this. Wow. What? Look at that. Wow. There you
Here's
go.
another update on the Seattle I-5 protests. Cars have literally reversed direction on the freeway to get out of here. The plan is to continue holding, though, even though traffic got rerouted.
You see the little liberal right there, the liberal spokesman? All right, this is the plan. The cars are literally turned around and start being rerouted, but the plan is to continue holding until the... See, now, right after this, I'm going to show you how the news tries to protect their radical protesters and stuff like that. Let's finish watching this stupidity for a second, though.
And the protesters have formed a marching circle.
A marching circle,
no plans of this stopping anytime soon, so I'll keep posting updates.
I'll keep posting updates as we protest for nothing. A bunch of young people picking the worst places to protest. Now, the people on the right don't do stuff like this. See, this is what kills me when I hear them on TV talking about there's a rise in extremism on the right. And I'm saying, where's the footage of us blocking streets and taking over blocks, Chip, Chaz, or whatever? Yeah, somebody said Chaz is back. Yeah, there you go. Wow, you must have read my mind. Yeah, Chip, Chaz, Ship, Shite. When they take over blocks and blocks, where's that? Where are the folks on the right doing this kind of crap? But yet, they swear up and down it's happening. This right here is the greatest threat to the homeland. And all I see is young, stupid, useful idiots on the left doing stuff like this. And they really believe we're making progress.
The time is 4 p.m. Here's another update on the Seattle I-5 protest. The police are approaching.
Ooh.
As you can hear, people are very upset at them.
Very upset at the police. Look at the guy who's probably not even from Palestine. Okay, because he looks like a white hippie. I see the hair hanging down. This guy right here. Yeah, it looks like he's rocking a molette in the back. But he's up here giving the police the bird for coming to do their job. The police are like, yo, I can't free Palestine. I'm not in the White House, man. I can't cause no ceasefire. Yeah, but see, they don't care. This is how they feel about law and order. That's why they're radical. See, they don't recognize that regular people have no say in this crap. So they think that, okay, by inconveniencing regular people, by flipping off the police, people are going to stop and say, well, let's go ahead and do what they want. These are political terrorists. That's what they are. These are the real political terrorists because they are holding up people from going about their own business, and it's illegal. However, the problem is with the police. Now, do you think if this man knew that these police meant business, that he would be out there giving the bird and they would all still be out there in the middle of the freeway? They only do this in cities and states where the government leadership is compromised, where they have bred this mentality and these people know that we can get away with this and the cops ain't gonna touch us. So I'm gonna flip them the bird. Go home, pigs.
Hundreds of protesters here blocking the freeway. These 5 cops here think they're doing something just by standing here.
Yeah, you see them laughing at the cops? See them? See, this is what liberal politics and liberal leadership does. That's why the crime is off the chain. You see these cops standing here like they doing something. And if I was the cops, I would be sitting there mumbling amongst my breath to the other cops. Man, I can't believe we out here. We look stupid, man. Out here letting, they laughing at us, man. They laughing. Is that the bird? Did he flip us the bird? Oh, man, this is embarrassing. Yeah, and you wonder why they don't have enough police out there in Seattle. Because these police officers know we can't do nothing. And the protesters know that they can't do nothing. I showed y'all in the video last night where in liberal shite-town ran cities, they were robbing stores and selling the products right outside the store. There you go. I'm not even going to go a block away. Ain't going to go around the corner. Why do that? I got to already mark it right here in front of the store. So when the people come to go in the store, say, hey, man, the store's closed, bro. This is the store now. We took all the products outside. They don't even fear the police. So here we go. Now this little Pop-Tart, like they're doing something.
The freeway has been shut down for around 3 hours at this point. And to those of you saying that, oh, this isn't the right way to protest, your anger means the blockade is working.
You hear that? Your anger means the blockade is working. How? By making citizens, this is the logic, by making regular citizens mad. Your anger means it's working. Working to do what? I mean, because ain't nobody gonna free Palestine based on regular citizens trying to go about their business being mad. But he's not even thinking that way. In his mind, he's like, yeah, we're upsetting regular human beings that has nothing to do with this crap for nothing. That's what he's doing. He's completely ignorant to that fact. Now, what's happening because they allow these young radical people to do this, this is the stuff that tempts regular citizens to take laws into their own hands. And then the left will punish them. When all of these folks, if these folks right here sitting there in traffic for 3 hours were to decide, okay, I've been watching these police officers stand back here just doing nothing. How about we all get out our cars and start moving these people out the way? As they go, stop it, why are you doing this? Stop. How about we all take our cars and slowly start pushing them, just pushing them out the way, pushing them out the way. Then what would happen? They would then become the target of some type of litigation. Then you'll have the governor and the mayor. This is unacceptable. The people can't just run these people over in the street. Yeah, people who show up at folks' houses protesting, people who try to drag you out of cars, all of this stuff. Soon as you respond to that, because you got weak leadership that enables this stuff, then all of a sudden they use these as springboards to go after guns, springboards to say that the citizens are radical and they're the vigilantes and stuff like that. All because of Democrat policies like this. Let's finish seeing how this protest for nothing turns out. You think they're doing something? Look at him.
I'm Michelle Esteban. A huge traffic disruption in Seattle today as pro-Palestinian protesters blocked the northbound lanes of I-5 in Seattle for nearly 5 hours. The group of about 100 protesters stood in the freeway between Denny and Olive and also used vehicles to block the road. Como's Paul Rivera was there.
Look at that. Vehicles and everything, guys.
Paul, take us, if you will, through the day here.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
The protesters told me they want a ceasefire in Gaza, and they were ready to cause a disruption in order to achieve that goal.
A disruption to who? Now, I did see them show up while Joe Biden was giving his pander preach right up there. Yeah, no, you know what? I don't feel no ways tired and come too far to come back. Where? Wait, how's it go again? Come on. I remember Hillary said something like that. What? Free who? Free Palestine? What? No. So, okay, wait. See, I saw that, but being on a freeway in Seattle, why don't y'all keep it moving and go to your local politicians and stuff like that? Do it the smart way. Go to the people who can actually make a change, but they don't think like that. They don't think like that. And then when you have folks on the right who decide to protest about something legit, what do we get? The feds infiltrating. We get psych ops ran. We get false flags. We get plants. We get the FBI stepping in and following folks around and arresting them, taking down license plates. You know, that's what we get. You think any feds are sprinkled in amongst those radicals right there? That's what I want to know. You think they're monitoring these radical Free Palestine protesters that's running around? No, I don't think so either. Let's continue.
Well, they certainly did cause a disruption today, although some drivers who were out there today might disagree strongly with their methods. Let's take you back. This all started around 1:30 as the protesters made their way onto I-5, chanting that they want to stop to what they call genocide in Gaza. Drivers, they had to be detoured onto I-90. At one point in the afternoon, we saw an ambulance stuck in traffic. Other first responder vehicles, too, were trying to get through the area.
Ambulances stuck in traffic. So if I'm understanding these people's logic, which there is no logic to these people, where is it? How could I misplace it? It's one of my favorite novelty items. Darn it. Did Gizmo take it? Well, anyway, as I'm understanding these people's logic, here I am in my car. What the heck is going on? Man, I got to pick my kids up from... Wait a minute. Excuse me, what's going on here? We want to stop the genocide in, Palestine. Okay, well, hold on for a second. Hello? Put me to the White House. Who am I? Oh, just a regular citizen. Yeah, put Biden on the phone, please. Hey, Biden, I'm down here in a protest and we're stuck on a freeway. These people down here wants you to have a ceasefire and stop the genocide in Palestine. Could you have it done immediately, please? Because we're stuck in traffic and I got to pick my kids up. Okay, roger that. Thank you, creepy. Bye-bye. That's what they thinking is going to happen, right? See, these people have that type of power. These people are sitting here. Even some of the people probably who might agree with their protests or their cause or whatever are probably still sitting there like, yeah, I might agree, but right now I'm late. These are some dumb folks, man.
Continued for hours as State Patrol calmly stood far away and allowed them to continue to block the interstate. A dispersal order was issued by Seattle police. It was not followed. Then second...
Y'all hear that? I found it, y'all. Hello. Anyway, so now there was a dispersal order, issued by the police. Yeah, back in the day. I remember back in the day when that stuff used to mean something. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, they used to come out like, disperse. And people are like, all right, man, the boys are here. Let's get out of here. Let's all start walking away. Okay, there we go. Now, they're laughing. They're chuckling. Disperse. You guys are so funny, man. Hey, say that again. What, disperse? No, like you said it the first time. We want to hear it like, kind of say it like, disperse. Yeah, that's funnier. Say it like that. No, I don't want to say it. No, come on, say it. I said I don't want to say it. Say it. Come on, man. Fine. Disperse. See, there it is again, guys. They are mocking these cops. So nothing happens, a disperse, and
one was issued, which was also ignored for about half an hour. Eventually, it was the weather that might have helped clear everyone out of the cold rain. It turned into hail, and there was lightning in the sky. We talked with those protesting today about why they're doing this.
Yeah,
what do you say to people that are just everyday Seattleites trying to get somewhere that are upset you're causing this disruption?
So we hear you, and we apologize for the inconvenience. I'm sure that the goal and the target is not commuters, is not average people.
The goal and the target is not commuters, it's not average people, but we're here blocking traffic of commuters and average people. Now how you like that liberal logic? And we hear you, and we apologize for the inconvenience. This right here, God, please don't ever let me be stuck in some stupidity like that. You don't want to be stuck in stupid. I'm a pretty level-headed guy, even though I might be animated when I'm talking and stuff doing my show. But in reality, I am very even-keeled and stoic. Most things I process and I think about cause and effect. I'm very systematic. I'm not going to just be an impulsive person. But then there comes moments where the stupidity is so great. It's so pungent. It's so thick that it almost makes me feel like I might be unpredictable. And it's depending on how much they push it. I'm like, anything past 15 minutes, I get the shakes. I'll be sitting there going, okay, I'm sure they're going to step in and clear this mess up in like 15 minutes. Okay, now we're at 14:59, 15 minutes. Okay, I'm out of here. Open the door and come out like, these people are ridiculous, man. They think that folks are just supposed to sit there and take this mess. And the cops, unfortunately, and the leadership, I ain't going to blame the cops. It's the leadership of these cities. I blame them because they, sure enough, are not unleashing the police to do their job. And watch what the police say.
People trying to get from A to B. So we invite those people to examine the complicity of the U.S. government that we live in the genocide that's going on in Gaza. We invite them to look at what is actually happening.
I'm sure that's what they're going to do after they've wasted 5 hours sitting on the freeway. I'm sure they're going to go home tonight. Honey, where were you? I was stuck in a protest on the freeway for 5 hours. Are we still having pork chops? Well, no. The dog ate yours because I didn't think you were ever coming back, hon. So I ain't got no pork chops. Well, that's okay, though, because I'm going to go in the room and get on my computer to do a little research, okay, on the Palestinian situation here, because they really impacted me. That's what the fool just said. Look at Free Palestine.
So it wasn't until close to 5 p.m. that the protesters started to walk away, but then they left a line of cars blocking the interstate. Ultimately, though, those cars were all towed away.
So they left rat droppings? Yeah. Just go all the way down. No, all right, we're bouncing here. The weather's getting cold. That's the only thing that's making us go. Because we're not built tough. We're not real hardcore protesters. See, we like to take advantage of soft targets. That's how radicals are. So they'll go ahead and protest in a safe environment. And then when the weather gets a little chilly, see now, if they was really about it, they would stay out there in that hail and sleet and snow. But nah, they don't like those type of conditions. They want it very comfy. So after the weather kicked in, they bounced and left their cars right in the middle of the freeway. I would have gave their cars away if I was the cops. All right, we got free cars up here. Anybody who was inconvenienced want to be compensated for your time, just feel free to take a car and sell it. Unreal.
Those protesting, they're going to have to go and get their vehicles back. Now, while it is illegal to block the interstate, Washington State Patrol told me tonight in a statement that no arrests have been made, but they did say they are still investigating. They also say they have information now on those 12 vehicles that were...
There you go. No arrests have been made, but we do have information on those 12 vehicles that were left. Why no arrests being made, brother? See, this is what I don't understand. The people were right there for 5 hours. What kind of nonsense is this, man? So you're telling me you got all of the, the folks there for 5 straight hours? Oh, well, which ones you think are really protesters versus just innocent bystanders? So wait, they're all standing in the middle of the freeway. So most likely that would mean they're all the protesters, but who knows? It could be some, we can't decipher. So we better wait and do a thorough investigation before we start arresting these people in front of us standing in the middle of the highway. So no arrests were made. Now, here's what kills me. This is the MO of the left. All of those protesters outside the Supreme Court justices' cribs, no arrests were made. You hear Mayor Garlick come out and say, I told the troopers not to arrest anyone, just make sure that the Supreme Court justices were very safe and this and that. And yet those people were out there, had no mask. Some of them had no mask. They were online talking about, we're going over to the Supreme Court justices, but no arrests were made. Nothing. Can't use facial recognition to go and track down these young whippersnappers. These snotty, no, all you got to do is go to the playground and hang out because they're all young, snotty-nosed whippersnappers. But no arrests were made. I wonder why. Yeah, too difficult to just walk straight over there, about 50 feet in front of you, and throw cuffs on them.
Left behind. Michelle, they said it took so long for law enforcement to move in and to break this up because they say they didn't have enough resources and they needed to call extra troopers.
There you go. Not enough resources thanks to the Seattle leadership. So one of two things could be happening. Either the leadership in their defund the police campaign might have made it so, negative of an environment to work in that they probably don't have enough resources. But even if they did, even if they did, do you think that mayor would allow them to arrest him anyway? I mean, I don't care if they brought in 100,000 cops. If the cops have no authority, then it means nothing. See, the only reason people respect law and order is because you have the ability to back it up. That's what you got police for, military, all of this stuff, to enforce the law. But if you don't give them the authority to do it, once citizens get wind of that, it's on and popping. Let a kid test their parent and realize they're bluffing and see what happens. Let a kid sit back and observe their parents talking about, you keep playing, I'm going to spank you. You know what? You really pushing it. Once they get wind that you can't do nothing to them or won't do nothing to them, it's on and popping. But the left is okay with that. They wanted to take that away from schools. Remember that paddle, y'all? That paddle kept you straight on the narrow. Just the thought of it, man. I got paddled one time, and it was in the 3rd grade for stepping in the snow by accident. I didn't even do it on purpose. Yeah, somebody pushed me into a snow pile in the morning while we were playing on the playground, and I stepped in the snow, came out, and the teacher turned, saw me in the snow for 1 second. You go to the principal's office. I go to the principal's office. I'm sitting there outside the principal's office with some hardcore criminals. She comes out, looks at all of us. Oh, yeah, you all here? Okay, well, get ready for a paddle. I said, whoa. Paddle? Wait a minute. I know these people, they do real crimes, okay? These people right here, that guy, graffiti. This person fighting. Me, I'm a snow stepper. Put me in there and gave me 7 good ones. 7 good ones. See, and guess what? As a former educator, once you start removing that type of power from teachers, principals, and stuff, kids off the chain. We had a kid when I was teaching at my first high school. He got wind of how much he was worth. This is ridiculous. The kid had an IEP, okay, individual learning plan. Couldn't even say it. But he knew how much his IEP was worth to the school. Okay, they would give the school 30 grand just for him because he was oppositional defiant. So here he is cussing out a teacher. Teacher said, you know what, I'm going to get you expelled. He said, man, you crazy, man. I got an IUD, baby. You can't expel me, man. You'll be gone before I am. I'm worth 30 G's. And the teacher, all she could do is just hold her head down like, it's so true. I would get fired before this kid gets thrown out the school. And that kid knew it. You can't touch me, man. That's what you create when you treat citizens the same way. Now, I'm not saying abuse the citizens, but I'm saying if they are absolutely breaking the law and you don't do nothing, you welcome more of this behavior. And if you don't believe me, check this next clip out.
Michelle?
The radical left.
Basically, what they're going to do is they're going to try to say that Black Lives Matter rallies, where at some point at night, somebody, threw a Molotov cocktail at a police car, is exactly the same thing.
Oh, y'all see the clown face? Y'all see big face, apple head, bad makeup wearing, Tootsie Roll neck having. I don't know what kind of weave that is. It's a mix between a perm and a jerry curl. I don't know what that is. But here she is out here trying to run cover for two things. One, Black Lives Matter. And two, now I don't know when this was, but this is an example of the radical left. Black Lives Matter. And two, to protect the J6 narrative. Okay? Because see, they know that all conservatives are very conscious of how the left is selective on who they go after. We all are sitting back going, you mean to tell me that we watched almost 4 years of them tearing up cities, beating people, harassing folks, and nobody's getting thrown in a slammer, and then J6 happens, and y'all are spending years, 3 years, and you're still looking for folks. 3 years, still looking for them. So yeah, something suspicious about that. So the media got to come out and run cover and say, now what they gonna do, y'all? They're gonna come out and be like, well, wait, what about Black Lives Matter and stuff? And watch what Joy Reid thinks she's getting us on, y'all. Watch this.
And now I know for my team here, can you guys get me the video of Black Lives Matter storming capitals? Just get me the video right now. Black Lives Matter storming capitals.
Oh, she thinks she making a funny, y'all. She thinks she being sarcastic, y'all. Hold on for a second. Oh, man. Hey, y'all, get me, can somebody give me the video of, now see, here's what's crazy. Somebody go find me the videos of any situation outside of the Capitol at J6, where I have my suspicions, okay? But somebody go get me the footage outside of that one thing they're using that will show that the right is radical, they're violent, and they're doing all of these things. So they're hanging their hat on this, and they're using the media to blow it up like it is way bigger than all of the protests that we saw for years coming out of their radicals. But of course, like always, there's always receipts left on the internet. So thanks to Trump fan, we're about to see the receipts as she thinks she's making a funny, y'all.
I'm sorry, that doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist?
Black Lives Matter activists stormed the Oklahoma State Capitol yesterday, and as you can see, they got in, forcing the House of Representatives into lockdown.
Black Lives Matter storming capitals. Just get me the video right now. Black Lives Matter storming capitals. I'm sorry.
That doesn't exist.
We just saw it. We just saw it with our own eyes. Well, why didn't Big Face see it? Why didn't Applehead see it? That's what I want to. You see that big face right there? You see that? Look like they put her makeup on, like they were finger painting. Dip their finger. There we go. Hold on. Stay still. There. Yeah, just slapping it on with the brush. There we go. Now, here's Big Face talking about it doesn't exist. And we just saw it. Black Lives Matter. Storm that Capitol. Why aren't they using facial recognition to go after all of these people? Why aren't they still hunting them down 3 years later? That's what I want to know.
If demonstrators with the group Black Lives Matter Des Moines took over parts of the Capitol today for demanding action from the legislature and movement on bills that deal with cannabis.
Look at
Every time we're here, every time we're coming to you with our demands. We're telling you what we want. You represent us.
Oh, no, wait a minute. Wait just a minute. They up in that Capitol, shutting down everything, just walking around, face mask off, everything. Very confident that nothing's going to happen to us because we are on the radical left. Now, of course, this was before Black Lives Matter got their butts in trouble with the whole Palestinian thing and all that, and then they got a little too hot to touch. See, but back then when they had diplomatic immunity to run free, here this woman's up here doing interviews. Now, do you think any of them would have went up there and interviewed Jason Chanley or whatever his name, Jacob Chanley? You think they'd have been up there and just interviewing the folks that were walking around peacefully inside of the Capitol doing J6? What are your demands here? What are you looking for? They'd have been like, I'm here. I'm under duress. The radical right is just chasing me, even though nobody's around me right now. But I'm pretty sure right now, any second, they're going to come around the corner and kill me. Henderson Pooper, if I don't make it back to my family, I love them. They would have been doing that. But here, they're just interviewing this woman like, we want to hear from you as you shut down the Capitol and, y'all came in and stormed the Capitol.
and you're running away from us. And that's the problem that we have with y'all. Y'all are not supposed to be cowards.
Now you hear these are radical demands. That you think the radical left thinks about democracy and a republic? You think they care about votes? Listen, you work for us. You do what we want. These are our demands. Period. We don't want to take it to a vote. We don't want to stop for 1 second and say, wait. What does the majority of society want? See, and this is the brainwashing that creates radicals. They all think that the world revolves totally around them. We can throw a temper tantrum, a fit, interrupt everything, and all of the rest of society has to bend around us because we're snotty-nosed kids that adults have told us that this is the way to get what you want. That's why you get this type of behavior. That's why you get the trans community who thinks we got to redesign bathrooms across the whole country just because they want to imagine they're a different gender. That's why you get them all demanding that, hey, before you ask a question to me, you better check and ask what my pronouns are and not assume. Do I look like a man to you? Yeah, looking just like me. Do I look like a man to you? Full beard, rock jaw, bald head. Do I look like a man? Well, what should I say? Kind of. See? Look at this. He's transphobic. This is what you get. So the left has created this. But guys, the right is the extremist and radical.
That doesn't exist.
It doesn't?
The group organizing in the face of what they describe as anti-protest bills.
What?
A bill that protects drivers who hit protesters if the driver feels they've been threatened.
Now, we just watched a video, y'all, of them blocking traffic, and yet they go in there to the Capitol to say that, hey, listen, when we want our way and we start doing stupid stuff and showing up in the middle of the street to block protests and stuff like that, to block traffic and stuff like that, we want y'all to pass legislation to prevent us from getting a double tap. See, I'm bringing it all back home. I'm tying it all together right now. So this is the mentality. Let us go and break the law by blocking traffic and then force legislation to pass a law to protect us while we're breaking the law. Liberal logic. It makes sense, right? So instead of saying, first, let us recognize that we're in the middle of the street breaking the law. We know that folks might get impatient. Folks might feel threatened because of our methods of protesting. We're not just standing out there. See, this was back in the day where they attacked folks who had the nerve to even inch up to the protest. And we're about to see it. See, so at least the folks out there talking about free Palestine, they were just standing there. But this right here, you want to see what radical looks like? So this woman and the rest of her crew, they don't want to be ran over when they attacking people in traffic.
Cannot just run somebody over and it be okay because your justification is you felt you were threatened.
Now, what kind of stupidity is that? Oh boy. Oh man. They're all young, stupid people, man. I don't even know how you get to this point where you get up there and you honestly say this. You cannot just run people over with your car just because you feel that, you were being threatened. Okay. But at the same time, let a young black scholar in their vehicle be asked to get out of their car by the police that has weapons, and they feel that I was scared for my life because those were white cops. And they take off and the cops shoot them because they're going, this vehicle right here could be used to kill me. All of a sudden, they were scared. They had the right to take off and flee and run for their lives because they were. See, this is the stuff she don't think about and the rest of them don't think about. Because they will be right out there protesting if cops shot somebody in the vehicle to start leaving the scene. Yeah, well, they shouldn't have shot him. He was scared. But yet they are here talking about you can't run nobody over. So let me get this straight. If Jason is standing in front of my car out there with his big machete talking about some if Mike the Myers is in front of me talking about some if the Terminator's standing in front of me talking about some your name Sarah Connors, what am I supposed to do? sit there. Well, even though my life is in danger and I feel threatened, I don't want to bump them. I give them all the double tap. But here she is talking about there's no reason. If folks are shooting around your car, you in your car, you're supposed to just sit there. Supposed to sit there. So this dummy says that. But let's see, why would one feel like they need to get away from these protesters? Because I'm sure they're all just sitting out there just quietly in crisscross applesauce. Crisscross applesauce singing Kumbaya, right?
Video from June 2020 shows protesters attacking a red truck and horse trailer.
Oh.
They threw objects and swung signs trying to break in the windows of the truck. Hundreds of people were blocking the interstate when the truck came through.
Democrat protesters. Look at that. Some of them getting bumped. Look. Yeah, that's not a reason to go ahead and feel threatened. Yeah, look at that. Just stay in your vehicle. Nothing to see here.
You cannot just run somebody over and it be okay.
Remain calm. Look at that. Look, all snotty-nosed liberals, radicals, Black Lives Matter, Antifians, partnered up. Look, your truck won't stop justice, but it sure will run it over. That's for sure. Your truck won't stop justice. Your flesh won't stop the truck. See, that's what these dummies don't realize. Your flesh won't stop that truck. So what are they doing? Attacking that truck. But hey, remember, it's us. We are the radicals. Yeah, because Joyless Reed just got out to talk about, show me the footage. Wow. There you go. Democrat voters, y'all. Democrat voters. I would feel so safe and calm in that environment right there. Yeah, no reason to move forward. Look, guy with the skateboard in the back, chasing it. Oh, wow. Yeah, look at that.
The anger is over Republican bills, which...
Look at that. Look at these stupid people. You see these stupid people? What is this? All it takes is for them to trip and fall underneath the truck. Now the driver is charged with vehicular homicide. They put regular citizens in danger of becoming criminals because of their radicalized darn reaction to stupid stuff. And the left politicians are all out there talking some stuff like, you know what, these are mostly peaceful protesters. Well, Brett, I want to be clear. These are mostly peaceful protesters. As this truck driver, minding his business, is surrounded by radical folks shouting at him. He didn't do nothing. He just minding his own business. And you're surrounded by radical folks screaming, yelling at your car. And you're supposed to just sit there smoking a cigarette. Yeah, honey, I don't know what they're so angry about. Let's see how long this lasts. No one in their right mind would be sitting there feeling comfortable with all of these kids out here, faces covered, throwing bottles at your car. All of that. They broke his mirror off. They dented the front hood already. And then you got two dummies that are, I guess they think they're bionic. They're going to stop the truck from moving. This is what I mean by useful idiots. All it would take is one of them to get the double tap, or in his case, he got about 18 wheels. There, I don't know what number 18 is, but they would get ran over, all of them. Yeah, they get that. And then this person in that truck would be the poster child of white nationalism, radicalism, vigilantism, and all the other isms.
Which increase penalties for protesters who block traffic.
Now, cell phone video from one of the protesters.
Skinny. Look at them skinny Antifians running. Skinwalker looking. All running around. And I'm thinking, boy, I wish, man, like some bikers would ride through there. That's what I want. I want to see a whole bunch of bikers with the big beards with the rubber bands in it. Come in and see if these little skinny pipsqueaks are still out there. Stop. Oh, we'll stop. Kick that kickstand down. All right, guys, everybody off the bikes. Let's clear them out. Because the cops are doing nothing. Look at that. So now what happens? The citizen got to take matters into his own hands. His life, and I'm sure he has plenty of justification to feel like his life is in danger.
The scary moments last
Look
night.
at them,
You
all
can
of
see a red truck carrying a trailer behind, barreling through the crowd. Witnesses say they saw a man even jump off the interstate to get away from the truck.
There you go, Joyless Reed. Show me the footage. And they want a bill passed to not get ran over. Look at that. Nothing to be scared of. Nothing to be scared of. Just right there. Whole truck surrounded. Now, we done seen footage of them dragging people out of trucks, out of cars, beating them. We done seen all of that. But they want these people to sit there and take their radicalized protesting. And the left applauds this. Either they applaud it, or they deny it, or they just look away from it like it ain't happening. Yep, but yet they say the rise of radicalism on the right. Man, honestly, I don't know what I'd do if I was that truck driver. He's really taking it easy. He ain't even speeding. Look. They leave you no choice. And then my question is, where'd these kids come from?
Because your justification is you felt you were threatened.
After a pickup truck you see here drove through a crowd of people last year who were protesting the death of George Floyd on a Tulsa interstate.
I feel threatened every day as a black woman in society.
Holy moly.
That doesn't exist.
Thank you. That's that right there might be the only truth that she ever said. I feel threatened every day as a black woman in society. That doesn't exist. Because it doesn't. This is my mentality, though, in these young radicals' minds. That's right. I'm walking around every day, somehow at risk as a black woman. Okay, then, so maybe she don't understand. If this was 1902 and Black Lives Matter was standing in front of a whole bunch of pickup trucks down there in the back hills of Alabama, somewhere down in the deep parts of Florida, somewhere down, they would have all got not only ran over, but even worse. See, and yet these people are almost untouchable right now. Almost untouchable. If you're on the left, you are pretty much untouchable unless folks that are regular citizens say, you know what, since the cops ain't gonna do nothing and the legislators aren't gonna do nothing, now I gotta touch them. Now you're gonna put my whole life in danger because you want to act a fool. You want to threaten my truck. And the mayor or the governor is not allowing the cops to do their job. So now I got to feel like I got to make provisions to get out of this. You're sitting in there waiting in your truck for the cops to come. I saw no police on the scene. None. And you're going, what do you want me to do? No cops allowed. Kyle Rittenhouse. He ran to the cops, had to run probably about a half a mile down the road because they were told to set up a perimeter. Don't go in there. Let them tear up the city. Let the locals try to stop it because you guys aren't involved. Just sit back and watch it burn. So what happens? People got to take their lives in their own hands, and you see what happens. But they cover it. They want everyone to think that it's us. We're the ones out there doing this stupid stuff. Nope. So anyway, it is what it is. Now let's go to the big crapple for the last half an hour of the show. Oh man, last night we talked about the big crapple, and then we're going to have a special guest returning to my show. Someone I was trying to counsel last night, and I might have some new updates on him. Okay, I'm talking about Charlamagne insane in the membrane. Okay, so start spreading the news. Do. I'm leaving.
Shame on you.
Shame on you. No shame on you. No, you shame on you. Democrats go home. Oh God, migrants built New York City. Were they here legally or illegally? See, here's now. So now, it looks like New York is kind of imploding amongst itself because you got stupid people that's still, for whatever reason, trying to support this huge influx of illegal immigrants in the city. And their justification is stupid stuff like migrants built this city. Legal migrants or illegal migrants? We all saw the footage of New York being built back in the, late 1800s and the early 1900s when guys were sitting up there on those high rises and stuff with no belts, eating lunch, things like that. I mean, that was when it was real. These people were coming from other countries through a point of entry through, whatever port. They weren't sneaking across our borders. Somebody said, uh-oh, glitching. Am I glitching? You might want to, because according to what I'm seeing, it looks like I'm good. So yeah, those were back in the days where New York was being built and there were people that were coming here for work and they were, being allowed to become citizens because we were still building as a nation. Yeah, immigration, come on. We got Irish, we got Italianos, we got everybody coming. But now we got them just sneaking across the border. That's what we got. And here this person out here is like, in New York was built by immigrants.
I would like to see your face. Can you please bring the mask? Really?
They fighting, y'all. They fighting.
I would like to see your face. I would like to see your face. I have a child.
Now see, there we go. You can tell this is a dummy right there because she still is wearing a mask. This ain't a year ago. This is right now. Couple days back, this video was taken. All because they shuffled all of these illegal immigrants right into somebody's school. And what does this lady do to show up to defend the illegal immigrants? Come in with a full-blown big black mask on. Soon as I see that, I go, either you are completely brainwashed still, or you're a radical liberal who done bought into this garbage and you think that really your life is in danger, or you just don't want people to see your face. This me know that you're not too rap tight.
This is what happened.
Here she is, y'all. This mysterious woman right here. Woo! And she got a Pittsburgh Steelers shirt on. I love the Steelers. You know that. Oh, goodness. Wait. I can't believe this, guys. She's black. I'm sure she's going to get up there and talk about, white nationalism and stuff like that. She's going to get him to say that. But instead, what does she do?
What happens when you vote for skin tone? This is what happens when you vote because you're so damn desperate. You want a woman in office. The only reason why slow-ass Joe that got his ass as president is because of that glitch Kamala. Oh. Everybody was so desperate to put a black woman, which she ain't black, as vice president.
Woo-wee! Oh, soul sister, soul sister, soul sister, soul sister, soul. Yeah! Y'all hear her come out there dropping all kind of meeky fickies. That's what the meeky ficky you get when you meeky ficky, dropping a man with her little bow up top. Yeah, man. She done got all dressed up to come out and let the Biden administration have it. This what happens when you vote folks in because of color. What else you got to say? Get it all off your chest. Go ahead.
And now the whole country fuck up. The whole country. How the hell you bring in all these illegals and don't know where to put them?
I love her. I love her. Oh, man. I love her. Boy, I tell you, you don't get more real than that. Oh, there's a girl standing there made just for me. If I opened up my eyes, then maybe I would see. Go on, girl. She said, this what the heck happens when you invite all these immigrants in and don't know where to Mickey Ficky put them. Let's continue.
Just for vote. And now y'all gonna take all them children out of school.
Just for votes. You see her with the eyes, the crazy eyes, let you know she's serious? That's right. Just for votes. Yeah, she's a very informed soul sister, see. And this is what they fear. They fear black folks and other minorities starting to get hip to the game. They might still hang on to their ethnicity, because you could tell she ain't trying to use the King's English. You could tell she probably wasn't brought up in Bel Air, but she's informed and she's using her knowledge to come out here and break this mess down, because she knows what's going on. It's for votes. She knows that. She knows what they're doing. She knows about the identity politics and stuff like that. And they can't throw her under the bus by saying, well, obviously she's a sellout. No, she's a true sister, man. Yeah, you could tell. The eyes, the head, the movements, all of that. Go on, sister.
Why the y'all sit up there doing this shit to mostly minority black children, but Trump the racist? No, you motherfuckers are racist.
Oh, boy, I love this woman. She said, yeah, but Trump's the racist. No, you Meeky Feekies are the racist. So now, obviously, she's a Trump supporter. So that disqualifies her blackness. You know that, right? See, now you're not allowed to be black if you're voting for Trump. So obviously, this woman's a white nationalist. And that bow right there is it's a signal. It's a dog whistle to all the white people that I'm on your side. That white bow. That's what it is. So yeah, go on, girl. You always welcome here on Kevin's Corner to go ahead and vent. Go and continue.
I'm getting sick of this shit for real. I'm dead ass serious. Y'all better fix this shit. What about the parents? All those black people that fund and keep the goddamn school open, their children gotta sit at home and they gotta figure out what the to do.
Where is she? Doom, doom, doom. Where did you come from, baby? And ooh, won't you take me there? Gotta get to you, baby. And nothing can stop this burning desire to be with you. Gotta get to you, baby. This woman said, look, man, dang on it. How are y'all gonna go ahead and kick these kids out of school? And they don't know what to do. Parents just stuck. Just shuffled all these illegal immigrants in. And parents are sitting there like, what do you want us to do? I mean, what? So now I got to teach my kid in the morning? I got to call off work? I mean, this is how the liberal left politics works. It is America last. It is shut y'all mouths and let us abuse you as much as we want, but still come out and vote for us. Still come out and vote for us. And if you, as a minority, because see, we own all the minorities. We own all the minorities. All the victimized groups that we claim are victims, even if they don't feel like it, but we'll tell them they're victims. Yeah. See, we own all of them. And if you happen to step out of line, then we'll just go ahead and demonize you, undermine you, and say, well, you know what? You're not like the rest of the minorities. You strayed from the flock. Yeah. So therefore, we shouldn't listen to you. You know they ain't going to put this clip on no CNN, no MSNBC, no, my brother. So let's continue.
How the supposed to work? I'm telling you, Joe and y'all got to go.
You hear that? How are these parents supposed to work? I'm telling you, Joe and you Meeky Feekies gots to go. Go on, girl. I will never forget her. I'll never forget her out there with that Stiller's shirt on with those bows in her hair. Beautifully, beautiful. It was almost like poetry. It was almost like poetry with many, many cuss words. There it is. That's what it was. It was poetry with a lot of Meeky Feekies included. So yeah. She's upset, but guess what, guys? Somebody else is upset. Got the nerve to be mad. And you're about to see who it is. But first, let's go ahead and see what the news is talking about when it comes down to all of these, because we don't want that black woman to just be up there ranting for nothing. Maybe it's hyperbole. So let's check it out.
9:12 right now in a news alert out of New York City. Students are being forced to learn online as nearly 2,000 migrants move into their school.
Nate Boy is live in Brooklyn with the latest, with what's going on. Nate, what can you tell us about this?
Well, good morning. I can tell you that a couple state assemblymen and concerned parents just spoke moments ago, and they are very upset that the students at this school, 3,600 students, are learning remotely today because of those nearly 2,000 migrants that moved in last night at the city's direction. Those migrants, because the weather is a bit better today than it was last night, have since been moved back to their tent facility. That happened at 4:30 this morning, but the impact continues for the students today. They're learning remotely. Also,
yeah, there you go. So they're reporting on that. Somebody just asked a question. Does she have a YouTube channel? No, I think she's on TikTok. She might. I don't know. But I think primarily she's on TikTok. That's where and you know what? Honestly, when I downloaded the clip, I downloaded it off of another YouTuber who had been covering some stuff. But I didn't even check to see what her name was or where she's from. And I don't have TikTok, so. But now I might go ahead and try to find out who she is, honestly. I want to see what other things she has to say about this raggedy administration. So yeah, after the show, I'll rewind it back to that clip to see if we can see her name in there. Okay, remind me. Now, y'all hear them reporting on this? These parents got the nerve to be mad, y'all. They got the nerve to be upset. Now understand, these people are. This is a more conservative area of New York. Somehow, all of these illegal immigrants are being shuffled into a more conservative area of New York right about now, today's schools, see, for some reason. And and the people have the tendency to get mad about it.
Sports practices have been canceled, and we just heard from concerned parents saying that some teachers aren't even showing up for the remote learning sessions. So they say that this really is not a situation that they're comfortable with. But take a look at this video as you see those 2,000 migrants arrive here last night. Again, it was because of bad weather threatening their nearby tent facility. The school notified parents of the students. The city writing, quote, "The health and safety of migrants in our care is always a top priority."
Always a top priority. As we saw in my show yesterday, those homeless camps are not a top priority. They're all out there in tents. But so what New York is really saying is that illegal immigrants are always our top priority, not American citizens, not the taxpayers who pay for that school, not them. Not the kids and their education. Yeah, immigrants, illegal. Now, notice they don't put that though. The safety of migrants. Hey, these aren't illegal immigrants. These are just regular migrants. Okay, they're not even calling them asylum seekers anymore. So since when do migrants just get priority? If that is as simple as they're saying, these are just people who decided, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm about to take a trip to the United States of America and just move about freely all over the place and just declare myself a migrant. Yeah, I ain't got no right to be in the country. Didn't come through the legal process. I'm just a migrant walking around. And now you got to take care of me and put me in some place where I can stay warm. That's what it is. They're not even trying. They're not even trying to make people think that, okay, there's a reason for these people to be here.
Which is why we are currently overseeing the relocation of 1,900 guests from the Humanitarian Emergency Response and Relief Center at Floyd Bennett Field. That relocation is forcing students to again learn at home, a proven disaster for learning as we saw during COVID. New York City Mayor Eric.
Man, I hope you're going to hear from Trump in a second on this. But I'm telling you, man, this is one of them subjects that burns me up. They are just destroying the country. And it impacts these people. It impacts Americans. The only benefit that it has is to the radical globalist Democrat Party and folks who might want to have cheap labor. Those are the only benefits that comes from this. You think these people right here being shuffled around all over the place, they look at this as a benefit? You think they're sitting back going, well, yeah, you know what? I'm here in a utopian society. I finally accomplished the American dream by sleeping out in the cold and having to be shuffled into a school one day, moved over here the next day. Kids can't get stable. But they signed up for this because they bought into the lie. They bought into the Democrats' dream. Get them here so we can go ahead and get a whole bunch of new voters. Come on, y'all. Surge the border. And they bought into it. Yeah, probably saw clips of folks that made it over here and are in sanctuary cities and all of that stuff. And, might have a couple examples of how it worked out for others. And like, yeah, we're coming. We got to come. And then when you get a major party who's in power, who is doing everything they can to encourage this, why not? Why not come? But the problem is, because of that, so many have come, you can't even give them a smidge of the American dream right now. Yeah, this looks like the American nightmare. That's what it looks like. So I'm not surprised that these people aren't deporting. Like, get me out of here. Send me back home. Oh, and that's why I want mucus to pay a price. I want the whole Biden administration to pay a price for what they've done to these people and us.
Rick Adams says the city is full. Of course, you guys are running into similar problems in Chicago. And the mayor's office says that they're considering all options here. We'll send it back to you.
Governor.
Well, look who's back, y'all. Charlamagne, insane in the brain. So Charlamagne, if you saw my show last night, he was trying to talk himself out of, the crazy Trump derangement syndrome he suffers from. He's trying to talk himself out of it, but then it was greater than him. It kept pulling him back in. See, it's in the bone. It's in the bone. See, and his liberal ideology, every once in a while, he'd be like, okay, wait, Biden sucks. Kamala deceived me. They didn't, but you know what? Trump's bad. He's the worst. And last night, he called Trump the Antichrist. Antichrist, y'all. Went out there on TV, complained about how Biden sucks, and right after that, had the nerve to say Trump is going to end democracy, and this time is not hyperbole. He's the Antichrist, and he's going to end democracy. So he can't get right. He's like that dude off of, Life with Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence. The one character in there, they just called him Can't Get Right because he just was messed up in the head. So now here's Charlamagne back again after hearing about what happened at the school. And now he's trying to talk himself back into some sanity. Yeah, but hey, let's see what he got to say now.
Greg Abbott's office telling us, in part, his state will continue busing migrants to sanctuary cities until, quote, President Biden steps up and does his job to secure the border.
That's not going to happen because he can't. He's greater than Biden. See, Biden doesn't have the ability to tap out. He's not in control of that. Yeah. He's probably, hey, Milkus, how's it going down at the border? Why do you care, Mr. President? Just sit there in your chair and finish your chocolate chip. We will continue destroying that border. All your job is to come out and say, if I was them, I'd surge the border. After that, go somewhere and sit down and eat your chocolate chip, sniff a couple kids' hair, and then we'll be fine. We'll run the rest of it into the ground. Take it from here. So now, here's Charlamagne on the set, and him and his people are a little upset about how they're overlooking all these American citizens for these illegals.
Mm-hmm. So what they doing? They're sending all the high school kids to another school. Let me get that straight.
No, remote learning. They got to do it from the crib.
So they got to do it from home.
They got to do it from home.
Yep. Now, see, when I hear stories like that,
what?
It makes you say, build the wall. When I hear stories like that, it makes you say America first. That's
Whoa, Charlamagne. You shouldn't be saying that. You sound like a white man. You sound like a radical Trump supporter. So when I hear stuff like that, it makes me say, build the wall. It makes me say America first. See how he's tormented? He's tormented, y'all. So now, all of a sudden, you get an example of why all of us Trump supporters feel the way we do. Yeah, we didn't just fall out of the sky. We're not just saying, man, I will support Trump because of what? What, because he's white man? Because he done brainwashed us all? Because this is the stuff that eludes him. The ability to internalize why we all relate to what Trump's policies are. They think Trump has influenced us through some type of brainwashing or whatever. However, that's not the case. Trump is simply saying the things that we all feel and we all connect with. No brainwashing here. We're not sheep. We're not liberals. We're not sitting out there just dropping talking points out there. You know what? There's disenfranchisement and the voter suppression. We're not just saying stuff like that. When we say we need a wall and it should be America first, this is what we see. These are examples, real life examples that we're not just saying, well, Trump said it, therefore it must be true. Examples like this, and the dodo bird here is able to recognize it in this moment, only in this moment. But of course, you know how it is. Yeah, Trump derangement syndrome flies down and snatches that thought and that common sense away.
That's why that rhetoric that somebody like a Trump spews or other Republicans spews, that's why it's effective. Because why do these kids have to be inconvenienced because of the migrants?
Yeah.
In the school year, you just going to tell the kids, stay home? No, find someplace else for the migrants. How is that okay?
Donald Trump is the end of democracy as we know it. I heard it so much because every time, there's a Republican candidate, people say, oh, it's the end of democracy. He's the, people go so far as to say, oh, he's the Antichrist. This is one of those times where, it really actually positively It's true.
Yeah. But yet, you see him right there on this podcast. How is that okay? How is that okay? But the other day, you was just on CNN talking about, Trump's the Antichrist, end of democracy. But now all of a sudden, you got an example right in your face in New York, the city you are from, that's being abused. And you up here sitting back going, well, yeah, I can see now why people from Trump's people, when they hear America first, they feel that way. I can understand why they're saying build the wall. And then he goes ahead and confirms that, yeah, how is this okay? Now, if he could just stay on that line of thinking, he might at one day, who knows, talk himself out of Trump derangement syndrome. Just might, but I doubt it. I doubt it because the clip we just heard shows me that man right there keeps getting compromised. He will sit back, say Biden sucks, Kamala sucks. Then all of a sudden Trump's about to end democracy. But you know what? I can't understand why the Antichrist that I just said, I can understand why all these people agree with him. But yet he's the Antichrist. Yeah, all of a sudden him recognizing these problems and these abuses by Democrat politicians and some rhinos, by him recognizing all of that, puts him in the category as the Antichrist. So let's finish hearing with who Charlamagne says is going to end democracy, how he feels about what's going on up there in New York.
We have millions and millions of people here. It is not sustainable. Did you see in New York City where they're getting the regular students out and they're putting migrants in their place? What? We are going to have the largest deportation effort in the history of our country. We're bringing everybody back to where they came from. We have no choice.
Yay! But it sounds to me like Charlamagne just agreed with the Antichrist. There it is. Sound like he just agreed. Oh, how's that okay? And this is what makes you feel like they should build a wall. This is what makes people feel like, America first is. But yeah, here he is talking about the end. Now, did Trump sound like the Antichrist to you? Nope. Did he sound like a person who's going to end democracy as we know it? Nope. Did he sound like somebody who is targeting all of these precious, undocumented citizens because they're people of color and he wants to throw them in the gulags? Nope. Sound like somebody who want to put them in concentration camps, experiment on them perhaps, because Trump's Hitler. See, he's not only the Antichrist, he's Hitler, he's Mussolini, and all of that stuff. It sounds like he wants to do that. Free labor. Yeah, let's go ahead and make slaves out of them. That's what we're going to do. Nothing. All he's simply saying is, look at New York, dummies like Charlamagne, who's now complaining about it. Look at what they're doing to your city. Okay. Now you're up here talking about build a wall. I can see why America. So now Trump is saying, when I get in, I am not going to sit back and do what these Democrats are anticipating I might do. See, because the goal is overwhelm the system. Yeah, we might lose the presidency. However, if we can overwhelm the system with so many illegal immigrants, then it would be so exhausting and daunting of a task to try to get them out. Maybe perhaps the next president, if he don't have a spine with steel down it, might concede and just say, man, forget it. Costs too much money, too many resources. How many we got on top of the 24 or so million that was here before Mucus took over? Okay, so add another 12 or 15 on top of that. So we're up and around the 40s, maybe close to 40 million illegal immigrants. How about we just leave it be? How about we just stop the rest from coming and just leave the ones that are here, leave it be? But Trump's not like that. And that's what I love. See, so what they're trying to stop is him getting in and saying, okay, y'all thought I was going to tap out. Nope, I'm tapping in. I want some more action. Let's get them all out of here. Okay, we don't hate you. We don't dislike you. You just should not be here. And we're not going to be up here fixing definitions and terms to try to say, hey, you're just an undocumented citizen. You're just a migrant. You're just an asylum seeker. That's all you. No, you're an illegal immigrant. That's what you are. And we're sorry that the last administrations prior to that, sold you a big fat bag of magical beans. But at this point, we have to remove you all. Not abuse you all, but remove you all. But to the left, That right there, concentration camps. That right there is him being Hitler. We all gonna have to leave if Trump gets in. Stupid stuff like that. So listen to all these common sense people responding.
Can you do something about the sanctuary cities?
Yeah. Well, they're going to be ended because the Democrats are going to end them because you can't sustain it. If you look at New York, you have a mayor of New York who now is really hostile to the administration because New York City, that's my place. I love New York. It's gone. It's had a tough time.
No, wait a minute. So here's Trump having compassion and saying we need to help New York, the same city that Charlamagne insane in the membrane lives in. Sounds like Trump is wanting to look out for those same parents that are saying that, hey, why do my kids have to stay home? The Charlamagne is saying, why do their kids got to stay home? Sounds like Trump is saying, yeah, I feel the same way. But I can't really buy into Trump because he's going to end democracy as we know, and he's the Antichrist. Even though I guarantee you, he would hear that and say, I agree with Trump. See? But he can't go ahead and really come out and say that because then he'd be agreeing with the Antichrist. That's what he is. So now Trump is saying, look, man, do you see what's going on in this city and all across Democrat-ran cities? It's unsustainable. So yeah, even if they remain Democrat, ran sanctuary cities, let them go ahead. Yeah, let them go ahead and do it. But what's going to happen is their people are eventually going to turn on them. Now, they might not know why they're turning on them. They might not get a revelation that, well, it's because they're Democrats. But they definitely are going to see the issues right in front of their faces and say, maybe we don't know. We're not able to come to conclusion that it's the Democrats and their playbook that's doing this. Maybe they won't come to that conclusion, but they definitely is going to come to the conclusion that our city's imploding. Hopefully, many of them will figure out, like the black woman we saw with the bow on top of the head, why it's happening. Maybe they'll figure it out. Who knows? But Trump is saying, yo, I'm going to make it hard on them. And this is sad to say, but I always say, man, sometimes it got to get worse before it gets better. Sometimes it got to get to that point where the people say, okay, this is so bad, I want some help.
I was going to say that too. I was like, out of every place we could put the migrants, it has to be in schools. There's not any place else we could put them. And no disrespect, but they find money for everything else. We can't find money for motels, hotels, to rent gyms, gymnasiums, the Jacob Javits Center and all these big buildings. They find money for everything else, but you're going to take these kids out of school. And no disrespect, I think any parent knows that when you have to do remote learning, kids don't really focus on remote learning. Lay down.
You hear Charlamagne talk about some yes. You hear Insane in the Brain talking about some yes. What are you agreeing to, man? Sound like you are agreeing to the MAGA movement. You're agreeing with Bob. Yes, man. They ain't going to replacing our kids with all those mulattoes and all of the aborigines and stuff. Sound like you're agreeing. Talking about some yes. But out the same mouth will come, Trump's about to end democracy as we know it. Trump's the Antichrist. It's because he can't get right, y'all. He can't get right.
And yo, what if I can't stay home with my child? What if I can't afford a babysitter? What if I don't have a relative that can stay with my child?
What are you talking about? What if I didn't have to all of that mess? Man, you sound like a rational, common sense thinking person. But he's schizophrenic. Schizophrenic. Yeah, 1 minute he's in common senseville. Next you know he's in crazyville. He's all over the place. He double dutches in and out of common sense and reality. So now he's over there. Well, what if? And I'm going, yeah, it sounds like something I would say because I got brains. All of the what ifs. Yeah, what if? So now, once again, he's mad at the establishment. He's saying, look at them, they're abusing American citizens, putting us last. They don't care nothing about us. But guess what? I guarantee you, if it come down between Trump and Biden, his raggedy butt will walk right out there and vote for Biden again.
Are you just disrupting me in my life for these migrants? How is that?
Oh, no, you white man. I can't believe you just said that. How you going to disrupt me in my life for these migrants? You sound like a misogynist. That's what you sound like. A black one at that. Unbelievable, Charlamagne.
Okay, and listen, I'm all for assisting any human that needs assistance, but not at the sake of disrupting my kids' learning and disrupting my life. And that's my taxpayer dollars that pay for the school.
Correct.
Whoa! Whoa! Common sense done jumped on his back for a quick second. Just for a quick second. What? That man done jumped over in the category of us extremists. Us ultra MAGA. No, he just had a moment of clarity and common sense. But rest assured, don't worry. Don't worry, stupidity. He'll be back in a minute. He'll be back. Okay? All right. He just had a moment of clarity for a second, but stupidity, he's on his way back.
I want my kids in that school, not the migrants. I don't know how that's okay, yo.
Yeah, and heavy emphasis on they found this out day of. So this wasn't, obviously because of the weather, all of a sudden, but this was like a day of, hey, got.
The day of? All of them on his set is talking like Trump supporters. They mad at this, man, because it done hit home. So now they sitting up there talking about, yeah, and look, and not only that, it happened the day of. We got us a troll, get them. So now, let me understand. You wake up that morning, drop your kid off, you get a call or a text or something in the afternoon saying, hey, when you pick your kid up, there's going to be some migrants moving in today at the school, and you're going to have to let your kids stay home tomorrow. Wait, was this in the memo? Like, was this on the schedule or something? Like, no, this is an emergency. For who? Emergency for the immigrants. But this ain't an emergency for my kid? Yeah, about that. The immigrants are first priority. How would you feel as a parent? How would you feel as a taxpayer? And then you got to sit back and try to figure out what to do with your kid. Just like that.
Guys, go learn remote.
So what if I gotta go to work? I'm already getting my ass kicked. Barely can pay my bills. Barely can keep food on the table.
Inflation is high.
Inflation is
Well,
high.
you know
I
what?
have to be at.
No, now you hear all of this. What if I? What if I? Well, we got to answer from somebody who you supported. You got a lot of questions, man. You know what, Chief? You ask a lot of questions. So now we're going to have somebody answer those questions for you.
At work. What if I can't go to work because now I got to have my child at home to learn because y'all putting some migrants in the school? How does any elected official or anybody think that's okay?
Hush up, boy.
There's your answer. There's your answer. Charlamagne insane in the membrane. After all of those questions, and what about, you know what, it ain't right. What politician thinks this right here is right? You don't ask no questions from those raggedy Democrats who you voted for. After all of that, you talk about, so what about, it ain't right, man. I can see how some people. There's your answer to all those questions. Hush up, boy. All right. You want to know the answer to those? Hush up, boy. Because you are one big confused schizophrenic sellout. Brought all of these radical Democrats on your show, always in and out of reality, talking about some dang on Trump's the Antichrist, and now you mad. Now you mad about what they're doing up there, and you got questions. Well, hush up, boy. As long as you continue voting for these people, I don't want to hear nothing from you. Until you really come out of your Trump derangement syndrome and come to a real conclusion of what the source of the problem is. Yeah, Biden's not the source of the problem. It's liberal policies. It's Democrats and some rhinos, but the Democrats, they push liberal globalistic policies that doesn't benefit the people. And y'all keep voting for them. See, yeah, you can't swap out one Democrat for another and think, oh, well, now it's better. If you think that's possible, just take a little trot right on over to Shite-Town and see what it looks like there. You got rid of Beetlejuice and brought in Conehead, and it got worse. You can't keep doing this, and you got to get to the source of the problem. It's the Democrats. So now, here he is in his journey of coming to these conclusions, but I'm sure right after that, he probably was like, but Trump's worse. So stupid, man. But anyway, that's what's happening around the country, guys. And yeah, I don't want that to spread over into conservative cities and states. They're doing everything. Even Mayor Peanut, rather, up there in New York. Yeah, he might have a little problem with the Biden administration, but he was the first to get the hush up boy. He was the first to get that. And so now, instead of directing his aggression towards the Biden administration, he's now trying to focus on, Governor Abbott, thinking that there's Abbott and the buses and all this stuff, and Abbott's outsmarting him. Outsmarting him. It's hilarious. And so is he outsmarting Conehead over there in Chicago. So these folks, man, they're messing with a professional, and they're getting a taste of their own medicine. How you like those crayon apples? So y'all wanted to play the stupid game of we're Sanctuary City, so eat it. Eat it, own it, all of that. I want you to eat all of the stuff you wanted on your plate. Everything you asked for, eat it all. Don't ask for it if you ain't gonna eat it, man. So just eat it. Eat it. No one wants to be defeated. That's what y'all need to do. Eat it. So God bless y'all. God bless America. Don't forget to hit that like button. Share my videos. Follow me on all the other platforms. And don't forget, check out Kevin's Corner Store. This number, 330-974-4607. Text MAGA to that so we can keep you in the fold. All right. And then also, if you want to support the channel, you can by clicking on my link below this video, my little fundraiser link, and you can do that. Follow me on Rumble. I'm going to start. I got to go back to individually uploading videos on Rumble. And I told y'all last night that I have a plethora of videos that I have not uploaded yet that are standalone videos. I started one last night, but YouTube has this thing where they say, well, if you upload more than 3 videos in a 24-hour time frame, then yeah, we're not going to send out all the notifications on the 4th one. However, they're not sending out the notifications on any of them. So I might as well go ahead and do a full dump of a whole bunch. However, y'all would need to come back and check the channel to see which ones are uploaded and all that stuff, because you might not get a notification. All right, now, I think that's about it, y'all. Boy, what a journey tonight. Yeah, we started off over there in protesting for Nothingville. Then we went over to the dummies that took over the Capitol, talking about we wanted y'all to pass legislation so we can't get ran over by breaking the law in the middle of the street. Yeah, stuff like that. Then we tiptoed right on over to the big crapple. Boy, I tell you. And then we ended with Charlamagne and the membrane. Still can't get right. So God bless y'all. God bless America. Let's get out of here. People been asking about Gizmo. They want a dose of him, but I don't. He embarrassed y'all because I ain't giving no haircut. I mean, he up here sitting here with what I don't know what you want to call this hairstyle. Kind of look like Joy Reid right about now. And I don't want him up here rocking the Joy Reid cut. So I'm going to have to keep him under wraps until I help him get right. So God bless y'all. He'll be showing up and giving y'all a cameo real soon. We'll see y'all next time in Kevin's Corner. Check the channel over the weekend for some uploads, okay? What? Yeah. See y'all next time in Kevin's Corner. Take care.